All right, self-care is pretty important to maintaining overall health.
Yeah, but a lot of times women, we're always taking care of everybody else, so we forget about ourselves. And that's why Reba Riley has a basic self-care checklist for those times when you're feeling overwhelmed. This is a good idea.
It is, and self-care is so important regardless of, whether you're taking care of someone else, if you're really stressed, or in my case, I deal with an autoimmune condition, and so I really have to make sure I take care of myself or else my health will fall off a cliff.
Right.
So really there are multiple times when self-care is important.
When you have a health issue, I guess all the time you have to be vigilant,
all the time you have
right?
to be very careful, yes. But everybody goes through this, and like you said before we went on air, everyone is always taking care of everyone else, especially when you're a woman. You've got kids, maybe you're taking care of your aging parents, and if you aren't taking care of yourself, you can't take care of anyone else.
All right, use the analogy of put your mask on first.
Own mask on, right, exactly. Because if your health fails, you can't take care of your kids or your parents.
So you have this acronym that you came up with, MEDS.
Yes.
MEDS.
Take your meds. Take your meds.
And we're not talking about medicine.
Right. Although you should check that.
Right.
You should check that.
Right.
So so I came up with this because especially when you're stressed, you might, run past some of these things. This is really self-care 101, but it's important to remember. So breathe and take your meds. And what this stands for is M. So this is move. A lot of times we'll get stuck in one position, whether that's in front of the computer, in bed if you're really struggling. If you can stretch, if you can elevate your heart rate just a little bit, if you can change location, a lot of times that will get you out of that just stagnant mindset. Okay. And then you've got E, eat. Again, self-care 101. Try to get some protein, try to get some carbs, good carbs, slow digesting, like fruit and peanut butter would be a good one, or cheese and nuts. And then you've got drink. How often do we forget to drink?
Right, hydration is so important.
Drink water, by the way.
Right.
Water.
Not wine.
Not
Although
wine.
it might sound good.
If you can hydrate, that's actually maybe one of the first things. It doesn't have to go in order. These are just the 4 things you should remember.
All right.
And then S is sleep. I know sometimes our sleep gets cut down for all kinds of reasons, but if you can catch just a few minutes of shut-eye, it's going to help you.
Well, sleep affects so many other things in your life.
So does hydration.
Yeah, I know my mom got sick one time and she became dehydrated, and that actually made her mind like a little bit crazy. Like she was not making sense, and it was because she was dehydrated. I didn't know that could do that to you. So hydration obviously is one of the first things that, and they say by the time that you are feeling dehydrated, you're
already dehydrated. Yeah, and so if you're really having one of those days where you're feeling super stressed or you're down, try these 4 things and see if you don't feel a little bit better.
We kind of skipped over the first part. You said breathe and take your meds.
Breathe and take your meds.
I mean, we learned about that when we had the meditation expert in. Sometimes just simple breathing at your desk or in your office or in your car, right? 3
deep breaths is what our meditation teacher told us a few weeks ago. 3 deep mindful breaths, and then go through those 4 things. And that'll be on the website as well if you need a refresher. But move, eat, drink, sleep.
And that's just the beginning.
And if you really are on meds, make sure you are.
Yes, please do make sure you take them.
Don't skip them.
Don't skip them.
Reba, thank you. Now, next week, we would love to hear from you because next week we have a plastic surgeon coming in. He's a facial plastic surgeon, and if you've been thinking about looking into a procedure or something, or maybe you just have questions, we would love to ask him your questions, so you can email us or go to the Facebook page and send us a post.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. We'll be back.